In this video, we're going to talk about how to properly maintain the instrument, how to oil the slide, the tuning slide, and just how to take basic care of your instrument. This part at the top is called the tuning slide. Probably you're just going to want it out about ½ inch. My advice would be don't touch this until your band director tells you to. But it should be able to go in and out relatively easy. If you take it all the way off, be careful putting it back on. And what you might use on it is called tuning slide grease. But be very careful when you put it back on that things go in carefully. If these are a little bit spread out because maybe somebody sat on the case and did a little damage but it doesn't look too bad, you might go to put this back on and it might not fit quite like that. Be careful, don't force it on. Also avoid rocking it back and forth. That can actually bend some of the metal at the ends, so you don't want to do that. If it gets stuck, again, take it to your band director. They can help you, and hopefully that'll keep you from having to take it to a repair shop. But the main slide, of course, is here, the hand slide. This is how you're going to change some notes. I'm going to take things back apart. This goes back to when you're putting your instrument together. So if I've taken my slide out first, it's in my right hand, I've got everything checked, fingers, so that in case it's unlocked, it's not going to fall. Okay, so I want to pull the slide out. On any slide, if you'll look toward the bottom, there's going to be a little raised area, a little ridge. Okay, when you see that, that's about the end. Yes, it will come all the way off. Be aware that the slide lock is on this side. That part of the slide lock is on that side. So that you put them back together correctly, not upside down. You'll know that when you go to lock the slide and there's a part not there because it's down here. When you put it back together, instead of just trying to aim, that can be a little bit awkward. If you'll just gently rest each part there and then put it back on. So, how do I keep this thing moving? This particular instrument comes with slide cream. I just need to put a little bit on my finger. Notice that all the time I'm holding my slide, I'm holding it by this part, not this part, so it doesn't come undone. I want to make sure I rest it on the floor. I want to spread just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then with that, you're going to need a spray bottle of water. So you put that slide cream on. There's my little notch down here at the bottom. So I know if I go too far, I'm going to pull it off. Don't want that to happen. The slide will hit the floor, damage. So then I just lightly spray a little bit. Make sure you only spray your slide, not the person sitting next to you, not the cat, not the dog. And just work that in a little bit and it's ready to go. That's all you have to do. If you're using slide oil, just place 2 or 3 little drops of oil up on each one and work them in. You don't have to all the way up and down. You don't have to douse it in oil to make it go. A little container like this, even if you do it every day or two, it's probably going to last you all year. Your instrument might come with a cleaning rod. Don't use it. This one, thank goodness, does not have one in the case. That's a good thing. Cleaning rods cause more damage with beginning trombones than I care to talk about. So if there's one in the case, just leave it there. There are also flexible cleaning snakes that they use. And those should only be used on the inner slide, this part. They're not long enough to push through here, plus this little crook at the end. More often than not, I've seen the little brush come off and then it stays down here. How do you get it out? You take it to a repairman. They actually have to take this part completely apart. Don't use that on this slide, only on this slide. And you're not going to have to do that every day, but maybe once a month. That'll be good to clean that out. They also make little brushes that you can put to clean out your mouthpiece. That's very important. Look up through there. If you see little bumps, those are not supposed to be there. Take a little mouthpiece brush. That can be done. I recommend that daily. So those are the only parts that need any sort of oil or maintenance. Slide cream or slide oil on the main slide, mouthpiece brush for the mouthpiece, a little tuning slide grease for the tuning slide. One other thing about slides before we talk about making those initial sounds. This is very thin metal. If you bother to look at that part or that part, you can see it's just slightly wider than a piece of paper. And it's very easy to do damage to that. So if it gets hit against a table or a music stand, it could do some damage. Then it won't slide. Then you have to take it to the shop to get that dent taken out. We want you to put things together carefully. We want you to take care of the instrument. I've seen trombones that are 50, 60 years old that are still working just fine, but they've been taken care of. I've seen trombones that are 2 or 3 weeks old that have been abused, and they're pretty much non-playable because some people forgot some of these steps that have been going through.